Hey guys, it's the BDC Tech Guy here, and what I have today to review is the Gemmy Buddy Big League. This is the Milwaukee Brewers, and let me tell you the story of how I got this. Um, so one day, a few months ago, I was texting one of my non-Gemmy collector friends, like everyday friends, I guess you could say, and I was telling him how I collect how I collect these dolls, and I showed some of them that I had to him. He was like, "Hey, I think my aunt has one of those because their his aunt was they had some Brewers memorabilia, and believe it or not, they actually had this, and I told them if I could buy it off of them, and he said he'll ask her, and but I didn't get a response back for a while. But then one day he did tell me that she finally answered back, and she said she would sell it to me. So that was awesome. Um, uh, I told let's see. She wanted to know how I would pay her. So I told her if she had selling apps like eBay or Mercari or something like that, and she actually said she had both. Um, and I told her to list them at one of those places, and I would buy it off of her. Um, but I didn't tell her what price. I didn't want to because I didn't want to sound like give her a price that wouldn't really sound fair. So I just let her post the price and see if I can afford it. Um, so so she what ended up happening was she actually posted it on Mercari and eBay. I wanted to buy it from eBay, but what happened was she set the auction or the listing as auction, and it ended at 6 days, and I wasn't about to wait that long. Plus, I didn't want anybody getting in my way of this, unlike the first time. Um, so I went to Mercari, and it was also there. So I bought it from Mercari. And the price that she listed as was $60, which was perfect because if you'll remember, in one of the reviews that I made before, I said $60 was the perfect price for one of these things, and that's what I paid for. So with that said, I paid $60 for this. It was not brand new in the box, but it does have its box, which is good because I don't like getting ones without boxes. Um, this was not brand new though. But it does have its insides. So yeah, but this did have a lot of problems. Um, and for starters, in the picture listing, um, uh, the arms were not broken, but when I got it, the arms were broken. Um, and that had to have been done from shipping because there's no way you could necessarily break one of these in their boxes. So like just like that. So and the it was also really dirty. The mouth motor was locked up. The piece was split. The head holder is cracked on this. I'm still assuming if it is the head holder because I don't think it would be the square shaft because the way it sounds when you manually turn it, it doesn't really sound like a broken square shaft. So I think it's the head holder that's kind of cracked on this. Again, it's really yellowed. You saw in the before and after how yellowed it is. It's really bad. The I think the head motor was fine. I think the gear was just a tad bit split. So I just replaced it anyways. Um, and what happened with the arms is the pins, like the plastic around that holds the pin around, they were both broken off. But what happened with the left bracket with the pin, it broke like in half where it goes in the hole, and you can't really fix that. Well, I mean you can, but as far as putting the pin in, that's so much pressure on the glue, and so it causes it to slowly uh, split away from it over time. That causes the arm to sag. Um, so what I did was later on, because it didn't happen right away, but it started happening later. I ended up replacing that whole left frame with the lever. And by the way, which the lever was completely broken off too. Both pieces were snapped off. Yeah, the arm with the glove is actually still fine somehow. Um, the hips had a split gear. Um, actually, it wasn't. Um, it actually wasn't really too bad replacing it. I mean, the shells came apart really easily. Sometimes they get stuck, but the spinning knobs came off just fine. So yeah, the hip mechanism survived. Um, and the clothes were really dirty, and the waistband was worn out, and that was all taken care of. So yeah, it had a crap ton of problems. But it is okay now. Um, so yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about it. There are no different versions with this. This one's just a part of the models, which again I don't count as part of the series because again there's really nothing different about them. So we'll play it for you now.
Hey, batter, 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 boom, batter. Rocket fire, come it, baby, baby. We are to the ball game. We are to the crowd. My people beat out the cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Woo-hoo for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. But 1, 2, 3 strikes are out at the old game.
So yeah, it works okay now. But there is one little issue that it has, and that's there's a short somewhere in it. Um, I don't know if it's with the mouth motor, because with the first time when I put it back together, the mouth motor wasn't really opening it that well, and the it was kind of like what was happening with my large logo Orioles, my first one. That's kind of what was happening with this one. I was like, oh no, I hope it's not gonna fry itself. But what I did was I unsoldered the wires to the mouthboard, then connected them again, and they're okay. But the board still kind of gets warm. But that only happens if you use it a lot. That doesn't happen like once. So yeah, um, that's one of the reasons why I don't really use the sandwich because I don't want it to just die on me like that. But yeah, that's the end of this review. So thanks for watching.